Have you ever wanted to partner with Navigator and I podcast and feature your brand on our episode? Make sure to send us an email at navigatorandipodcast@gmail.com and let's partner together. We have different tiers that can help you become successful. Make sure to hit us up and we'll catch you in the email. On to the episode. Hello, everybody. It's Annika LaQuette here, the host and creator of Navigator and I podcast. And if you are new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so that you will not miss any of our episodes that come out on Mondays at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time and on Wednesdays at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Y'all, I am so excited. Okay, all right. I'm very excited, but before I do that, I want to say hello, Undeniables, and welcome back, okay? We have someone here with us today. We have Christopher. Hey, Chris.
Hey, how you doing? Thank
Good,
you for
how are
having me.
you? Of course. You know I had to have you on here, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. I've been following Chris for a minute now, and I'm seeing amazing things that he's doing for the men, okay? Because the men need to be highlighted, all right? Mental health is very serious. So I said, you know what? He has to be on my show. So, Chris, for the people who do not know you, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, indeed. Once again, my name is Chris Graham, Christopher, but I go by Chris. Born and raised Northeast Side, Indianapolis. Come from a huge family of 10. I'm a twin. We're fraternal.
Okay.
But grew up in a rough environment. Grew up in a gang-infested neighborhood on the Northeast Side where my oldest brother was influenced by that gang, and he became one of the top members of that gang. We were following the same pathway as he was, and we experienced through his trials that we ended up having a loss with him, which was dramatic to my family, which changed everything. We either follow the same pathway or we find a way to use the sports to be able to prevail in life. And we didn't want to follow the same pathway. We had some experiences that were close calls, and we had to change right away. So me and the brothers, ducked our heads down into sports and school. We all was able to get a Division I scholarships to University of Michigan, Purdue, and my brother actually went D2 to a college in Ohio. And we prevailed, did very well. I was able to go to the University of Michigan, where Big Blue, if you know it, we was able to do very, very well there, keep the same system and progress going. Graduated with my bachelor's there, first one in my household to graduate college, and was able to go off to the NFL, to the New Orleans Saints. I moved over to Detroit Lions, and then I actually spent a few years up in Canada where a lot of the NFL guys go to that system to try to make it back down. I retired from the CFL and went and pursued law enforcement, where I went into the U.S. Army and infantry level there, came out, was a police officer in Georgia, and then pursued to try to make it up to federal, which I actually made it to be hired by FBI. But I took a opportunity once I got here in Texas. So since I've been here in Texas, I experienced a few different roller coasters, where now you see we're developing something for mental health because of that experience. So that's a little bit of my story. We go to detail a little bit more, but thank you for having me.
Of course. And you have lived a lot of lives, okay? Yeah, you went from
Yeah, Swiss Army knife.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a lot of lives, but that's a good thing though, because you are like well rounded, which is a good thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. You
When
like a
people say
hard
you
working
haven't, when people say you haven't done it, yeah, I'm from the street. Yeah,
man.
we was in gangs. Yeah, we experienced, the other side. So I wasn't a goody two shoe growing up.
Mhm. Yeah, I
Yeah.
completely understand where you're coming from. So yeah, that's good to hear. Like you've been through all that, and then now you are like totally different, and your life
Yeah.
has like did a whole change, and that's something to, like to look up to, especially like for young men. So y'all listen up now, okay? I can tell this about to be real good, okay? So as you stated, you went through all of this NFL,
Mhm.
serving the military, law enforcement, and now you have your own business. Okay, so looking back, which chapter of your life was more challenging for you mentally wise?
As a kid, you would think that environment was more challenging.
Mhm.
But as a adult and figuring out the next steps when you didn't have a mentor, there was the most challenging. How do you maintain the right job for your bills? How do you take care of your offspring? And you go through a lot of failure to figure out how to battle that. And I think that was the most challenging thing for me, is trying to figure it out, like which pathway I really wanted to go. I got into the law enforcement side because I have a brother that's 2 years older than me that is a police officer back home. So, his encouragement, his leadership, I wanted to follow his footsteps to be like him. But I'm a competitor, so I always wanted to go above him. Like, I'm gonna tell you what to do. You ain't gonna tell me what to do. But that pathway I thought was for me. I enjoyed it. It had a team, type of setting, but it quickly changed. It quickly changed, and it wasn't for me. And here I am again as an adult, trying to figure it out. And you're gonna stumble a few times before you figure out what is my real gifts. Where can I prevail in? Is it going to be blue collar work? Is it going to be administration somewhere over here, or is it going to be speaking? You just have a hard time trying to figure that out because it's not like school. You go to school, you in this field, you graduate, you go do your residency in this, and then boom, you got a job. Not on the outside when you trying to figure it out. It's not like that. It's a struggle. It's a real struggle.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, because you're trying to figure out life, and like you said, without a mentor or some type of guidance, it gets very hard. So yes, I
Absolutely.
understand that. Yeah, yeah, and you have
Yeah.
to find your own way. And like I said, you are doing good. You found your way, and now you're doing it
Yeah.
for other people. So that's a
Absolutely.
blessing. I love that. So you said that there's a missed need in our communities. Was there a specific moment where you realized something has to change and be in 55 was born? Your new.
Absolutely. It was 2021 when my storm hit. I got here to Texas. I took a dealership opportunity to build out some dealerships here, and I left behind the FBI. I thought it was the best move, chasing money. And within 5 months, it was snatched away from me without any type of conversation, update. It was gone. So now I'm here scrapping all over again. And good thing I had a independent business in trucking. I jumped in my truck, thought I could be able to make up the difference of what I lost and be able to push forward and take care of everybody in my family. And as I pushed forward, uh, DOT quickly jumped in and snatched that from me as well. So that was snatched away from me. Came home, had to sell my equipment. 2 days later, walked outside, and my car is repossessed.
Mm,
And I'm like, wow, this can't get any worse. So 2 days later, after that, unprovoked, 3 a.m. in the morning, I go use the restroom, and the devil comes to visit with a loud ringing noise in my ear and telling me that I'm not good enough. You're a failure. You keep having these, losses here, here, and here. And then facing suicide attempts over 15 times, trying to beat out that negative energy sound is hitting my ear. So I was able to make it out of there from at around about 9 o'clock. So 3 a.m. to 9, and I'm battling. I was able to make it out. And I went to the gym to what I knew best, not
mhm,
to lift and get bigger, but to save my life, to release the tension. And because I was recently baptized, I went back to church that Sunday and I'm beating on the altar and I'm screaming at God in front of everybody. This can't be happening to me. Why me? Without me even looking, the worship singer comes off and he bear hugs me.
mm,
That embrace right there sends cold chills up my spine right now because you don't get that embrace from another brother all the time. And I heard him say in my ear, I'm not letting go. I'm not letting go, and you're not here by yourself. I'm here with you,
mm,
and you're going to make it. Now, what would happen if he wasn't there and I had to go home and I'm going right back into that battle again? Who knows if I'd be sitting here right now? But I'm thinking I'm at my peak of my storm. There has to be a ram in the bush on the other side. I'm at my peak, but I'm left with no money. I'm left with no car. And I go across town and I ask them for an opportunity at another job. I promise I'll take no days off. I took no days off. I'm the first one in, last one to leave. Every day I also corporate. I also everybody in the dealership. And I used that money because I was still trying to start a new life in a new circle, which was 2 months away with no money. I can't lay her down. So here I am paying for that blessing day of that wedding, and I'm standing at the altar broke and broken.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't know it. And I'm standing there and I'm like, it's gonna be okay. Just let me get over this hump and get back down. But when we get back to Texas, we couldn't match up. I'm at work trying to repeat what I did to get here. She's at home having her own battles, insecurities, trust issues, communication, separation anxiety from what you knew. And you're left by yourself. Within a week, she leaves. I'm by myself. It's been 4 years since I seen her. Nothing bad towards her. It's just her own storm of dealing with. I don't think she had to. But just imagine my days and nights. Imagine me in the dark, never turn on a light. Imagine depression hitting harder, anxiety attacks, panic attacks unprovoked. Just be able to touch a doorknob, panic attacks. Where my last one happened January 2025, going to see Deion Sanders' team play in the bowl game down in San Antonio, driving down the highway, and I have a panic attack. Half of my body's trying to hold on to the car. The other half is trying to deal with the issue. But the most important thing is in my rearview mirror. My kids are in the back seat, scared the life out of me. That night, me and God, we gonna have it out. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna cuss. I'm gonna bang. I want you to hear me
Okay.
because if I did anything to hurt these babies, I can never live with myself. So as I'm asking why, He's telling me, go teach my children what I taught you. That's very broad, right?
Yeah.
And I asked the question again. The first time I ever heard his voice was like, go teach my children how to get out of the storm I taught you how to get out of it. And that's when Brick Nation 55 was built that night. It took a couple weeks to understand and keep repeating that message to myself. But I realized that I didn't want to do mental health the same way. I don't want a Facebook post that dissolves in a week. I don't want a mental health day. I don't want a mental health month. And I don't want to be like any other organization, nothing against them, but I want to bring something to the table that actually works. I've been in the gym for years. That didn't work. I've been in therapy since, this person left. That didn't work. I didn't have a community. Well, where can I go and I can tell people about my problems and I'm feeling safe? Where can I go and I can get therapy, but also keep my activities going? So I realized that I want to be able to show people there has to be a true balance, not just saying it has to be a true balance. And I'm going to come to you and I'm going to show you how. We're going to create activities that create positive endorphins. Then we're going to bring in speaking, where it's just not me speaking. I'm going to bring in some of my friends to speak. I'm going to bring somebody that you know that you like as their influencer in to speak, that you know that they're not perfect. They're going through something too. And then that's when I bring in my mental health experts to teach you a little bit of how to come. And all those victory stories, not sorrow stories, all those victory stories, what I'm looking to do is save somebody from suicide, save
Mm-hmm.
somebody from being an active shooter, help the staff out how to deal with their personal self so they can be able to deal with you. Overall, we change the dynamics by being present of mental health. So before I leave out the door, how do we keep a community? We just built a community today, right? How do we keep it? We have to have somewhere to go. We have somewhere to go and we can talk and we can come together. And that's what we built. We built the two-headed monster where we go and show people in person active movement. That's what we're doing, the active movement. And we have somewhere to go. And we have our first mental health platform where people can go. So by producing that and showing it, we're looking to take over Texas. We're looking to take over Texas as a prime example. And this is like putting my foot down. And anybody want to challenge me, I'm happy. That's what I've been doing my whole life. So I'm taking over Texas. Once we take over Texas, we're taking over globally. We're going to every state and we're going to do every event we can possibly do, and then we're gonna see us. You're gonna see us in other countries. You're gonna see us in Canada. You're gonna see us over in Korea, Japan, Africa, Australia, New Zealand, Singapore. Wherever we can go, we're going because mental health does not have a color, gender, or religion
That's right.
whatsoever. So that means somebody on the other side who looks different than me on the inside is having the same problem, and we want to be able to touch that overseas. So just, like anything else, we want to be the true movement that breaks all of this up right now, especially with the world that's going on right now. We causing more dividing, you know, situations more than anything. And I believe my purpose is not my football, not my military, not my police background. It's giving back from here, telling my own story. If I tell my story, you open up, tell your story. This person open up, tell the story, and this person. Now we just caused a community ripple
Yep.
amongst each other, and that's what I want. I want that ripple to go far out. How far does my ripple go out? Well, if I keep going everywhere and I keep speaking just like this, we make a difference. We make a difference truly.
Mm. You know what? You said like a whole mouthful because all of that you went through your whole entire life, and then of course in your adulthood, you also expressed mental health battles as well. That is something that's very important, especially with Black men, but not just Black men, but men in general. That we as Black people too don't focus on mental health like it need to be focused on, and it's taught to be swept under the rug. And you are bringing it from out under the rug, and you're
Absolutely.
talking about it, and you are open about it, which is a good thing because, like I said, a lot of men don't talk about mental health.
No,
Recently, men are starting to talk about it, but it's still kind of like, don't see me cry, don't give me no hug, whatever. But you're talking about it, and I love that. And you say you want to go global with it. So,
global. We are
yeah.
going global.
And
We are
we'll,
going global.
okay,
So
you are.
um, when so I just recently lost my father in November. So my storm had an extra period to it. So my hero, my role model was taken from us. But I heard him say loud and clear to keep going and keep producing what we're doing right now and to be obedient. Yes, you might not have everything together. As long as you become that right disciple and keep walking, you're going to get everything you need who you bump into. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to create a community. You might not have something in another state or another city, but if I bump into you, I met the right person. I met the right person here. I met the right person here. And we want to be able to not just have the community who's really dealing with it. We want to bring in the business community. We want to bring in all the business partners and have them be a part of. These people know about mental health. These people know about fitness. These people know about nutrition. So if we can be able to empower everybody of the community, we bring more people to your business all in one setting. We get everybody at the event better health. So the community works like this. It just works like this over and over. Because if you're at the event and you're looking for a one-on-one, somewhere in those different organizations, those are the people we're partner up with. And that brings more business through the door than advertisement or word of mouth. So that's how we can help each other out, is being a part of these events together as a true community, business and participation overall.
Yeah, I agree with that too. And I'm all about helping the community and networking, and that's something that needs to be happening often.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
people need to keep talking about networking and building those connections because it's needed out here. People want someone to
Absolutely.
lean on and talk to, and yes, that makes a lot of sense, and I love that.
Yes, it does. And for our community, our you know, our parents were brought up tough. Even the women didn't even cry like that.
No,
They tough. They were tough cookies. So now we're in a place right now where we're more vulnerable. We're more speaking out a little bit more, but it still has to be much more than what we're doing because a lot of people still carry that toughness behind them. But the only way we're going to show the kids right now that's growing up They are the right now. They're not the future. They're the right now. So what they're dealing with is actually right now. All of the mental health stuff they're dealing with, all of the suicides they're seeing on television, the way that they're being brought in, in every phase, you must influence them right now, not later. And so that's what I really want to attack. I want to influence the youth. I want to influence the adults as well. That you guys got to be able to take that tightness and release some, so that way we can feed into them.
Yeah, I agree with that too,
Yeah,
especially with the youth and everything. Cause yeah,
yeah,
the youth, especially now, social media, is one thing that is like what's going on, and also I feel as though when we were younger, we had different types of influences, but it
mhm,
seems as though now, the influencer are adults, and the kids are looking at adults doing things, which I mean, like,
yes,
yeah, because like when we were,
all over the
we was
place.
right, we was kids, we was looking at other kids as influences. Like I looked at Raven Simone, for That So Raven, and now the kids they're looking at like
Yeah,
other people that's grown and doing stuff. So
sexy
I'm like,
red.
it's a lot.
Like no, no,
Yeah,
don't do that.
no, right, it's a lot.
Yeah,
So
right leadership. Yeah, it's about having in place the right leadership, and then teaching them how to overcome what they're dealing with. I didn't know until I started this journey. Like I said, I didn't start mental health because I wanted to do it. I thought about money, cars, and girls growing up. I didn't think about no mental health. I didn't think about ministry in this type of way until I had to find my foundation and my purpose. And through this journey, I'm seeing that uh, if you follow that pathway, you can influence so many different people of what they're seeing and what they're going through right now. And so, let us be the true leaders that these kids need, and not all over the place trying to
yeah,
search for it online.
that's right. I agree. Yes, I agree. Okay. So I know that you were talking about fitness, which is a great thing. I'm on my fitness journey too. Lost 50 pounds.
Hey,
Okay. So
let's hold
I'm
on. Don't pass that up like that.
yes, I'm 50 pounds down. Okay. So I am excited and I'm on the way to 60 pounds down. So I'm taking health seriously.
Let's
Okay.
go. Let's go.
Yes. So I'm seeing that you are as well. So with that being said, people often think that fitness alone solves everything, but we know that's not true.
No,
So
it's not
what's
true.
the difference between building a strong body and building a strong mind?
It's very simple. If your head is not right, the body is not right. When your body's not right, your head is not right. So as you get older and become adult, you start experiencing more experiences, relationship, business, career, whatever, just life challenges overall. And that affects who you are. That can take you from being a very motivated person and wipe you all out in one day. So you got to make sure that you have a solid base. When you wake up in the morning, be grateful that you just woke up. You set your alarm for a reason, and you didn't even know who was going to wake you up, but he woke you up. So be grateful that you woke up. And then after that, if you set positive things in place, then that gears your mind to be right. So that means eating right, reading, taking some time for yourself to kind of bounce back. And then when you set up fitness in there, it works great. When you stressed out, your body ain't about to change nothing you say. It freezes up. It's almost like uh, you almost was in an accident and swerve, and you now your body is feeling tense you all the way down the street. Wasn't in the wreck, but you tense. You affected by what just happened. It's the same thing. So you got to make sure the mind is right so the body follows. And when the body is right, the mind is in a clear place. And it's very simple. So it's very, very important that you have this under control.
Yeah, and I agree because I know for me, I was trying to like lose weight for years. Okay, I'm
Mhm.
talking about years, like back when I was a freshman, high school, and I would like start and then start and stop, and
Of
then I
course.
was like, okay, something has to change because I need to lose weight and I want to like stay, focus on that. So the first thing I did was change my mindset,
Hmm.
and everything else after that changed. Like
Change.
I said, okay, I can do this. I can, get myself together. And I'm like, okay, so we're going to start off with eating right first before I even think
Hmm.
about working out. Because the working out, yeah, but eating right is what has got me right. But first, that mind and believing that I can actually lose weight and my whole life changed. So I agree with what you
Absolutely.
said.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I tell anybody, if anybody put $1 million over your head and say you got, 90 days to change up, your mindset changed immediately.
Yes.
And then
Yep.
you start looking back and say, well, I did a routine every day just because I was trying to get here, but what you was doing was creating positive things in place. And so you was trying to be the best version of yourself to go grab it.
Hmm.
You just completed exactly what we wanted to do because I put something, obtainable above you. But what if I change that and I say smaller you? You'd be like, I don't know if I can do that. It's hard. Yeah, I dangle that million right back above your head again. Now I got you. And it's gonna fade away and it's gonna be you at the top. So you just have to put a challenge. I challenge myself all the time, and I'm not perfect. When I fell off, in depression, I wasn't eating right. I started drinking little cocktail drinks to put myself to sleep. And I said, hold
Mm.
on, that's not me. I don't drink like that. I don't eat like that. And it was just because I wasn't focused anymore. I just didn't care. I ate what I wanted. I wasn't always cut. There was a time period I blew up really fast, and I'm like, what happened? Because you was going down the wrong pathway mentally, which everything else, followed. So, you got to change it up. You got to change it up. So I'm willing to help as many people as possible recognize that, and with our program, hopefully, we can find that obtainable goal above your head that will get many, many people there. No matter what age you are, I don't care if you say you over 50, you can be the baddest at 50. I've
That's right.
seen it. You can be the baddest at 50, 60. So no excuse. Oh, my knee, my back. You can have scoliosis.
Yep.
I can still get you right, but you gotta want it. If you don't want it, it ain't gonna change.
I'll give you 5 seconds to send us an email saying that you want to be a partner with us. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
And my biggest thing, I want to give a shout out to Mr. Darrell for soberliving.com, Sober Living here in Dallas. He's doing an amazing thing to recognize the mental, where people are really struggling with mental health. They went into substance abuse and trying to uh, expand them to healthier living and giving them a place to live and a second chance so they can be able to be better people in the world and turn around and help somebody else who need it. Because most people get addicted in that period. And we want to be able to help them too. They're not left out. They're not the outcasts. They don't have to be overweight or just mental. They could be also dealing with substance. And we want to tap into all of those areas right there. So shout out to him. He's a amazing person I got to meet this week. And he's definitely gonna be a resource for us as well.
That's good. I'm about to have him on the show. It
Yeah,
sounds
that's
good.
a plug. He $2. He owed me $2.
Okay, come on now. That's what I'm talking about. So I want you to finish this sentence without overthinking anything, okay?
Mhm.
So being strong doesn't mean blank.
Doesn't mean it's physical, but it also can mean mental.
Yep, right.
We look at. I come to the door 9 out of 10 times. Hey, big guy. No, it's not about being physical strong. It's about mental strong. You don't know what I overcame to walk through this door.
You're right. I like that. Okay, I like that. So with Brick Nation 55, isn't just about working out, like you said. It's about brotherhood and community. So why do you think genuine community has become more rare today, especially amongst men?
I put brotherhood on there, but it's really Brick Nation is really for everybody. I put brotherhood on there because I want to influence leaders. We are supposed to be the leaders that are leading the family, encouraging the women to keep doing what you guys doing. But more importantly, it's about everywhere. Um, the community matters. The community matters because the community changes everything. If we can come together for a cause and do a pep rally for what we believe in, we can come together for mental health. It's not sexy when you talk about mental health, but it's effective when you come together. And if we don't have a community we can rely on, how can we have anybody speak about it? Can't really speak about it on social media. You can't really speak about it to family without feeling like a judge, person out of the family. Friends don't want to keep hearing the same story over and over.
You're
So
right.
who can you really talk to that's dealing with it? What about the family member that's grieving? My mother, who's grieving right now for her best friend, who's gone for after 46 years. Who's there for her? Who's there for, a loss of a pregnancy? Who's there for the young girl who's been bullied in school? They got to have their own communities, and we got to create it. We got to create it. So community matters more than anything, um, and it takes somebody who's been through it to build it.
Yep. And I agree with that
Yeah.
too. Yes.
Yeah.
And showing people the way, and there's
Mhm.
another way out. So yeah. And when you said that you got that message from God telling you to teach His kids, I love that. Okay, because that
Oh yeah.
is when you obedient to God and everything follows through. Like it's like a whole nother door that's been open. Like especially when you listen to Him and you actually do it. That's amazing. And it sounds like this is an amazing event. And not only just an event, but amazing organization. And I
Mhm.
see you have things coming up. So um we're gonna talk about that in a few. But before that, just imagine that someone is looking at this interview right now
Mhm.
and they're exhausted, burned out, anxious, and is carrying all this weight on the world in silence. So what is your message like directly towards them?
I wish I can give you a hug. I wish you can feel the embrace that I felt. When we say you're not alone, I mean it. When I say that, let me carry the load that you've been carrying, I'll carry it. If you need help, I have it. But I'm willing to see you make it till tomorrow. I'm willing to see you stronger, wiser, and understand that you have now a family that's willing to be there for you at any moment. And once you become healthier, I want you to turn around and give the same love we gave you back to someone else.
Wow. And wow, that's amazing because I can literally see someone listening to that and be like, you know what? I'm taking that in and I'm gonna do exactly what Chris say. So that's amazing. So lastly, do you have any upcoming projects that you're working on, event? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes. Coming up next week, I have another podcast um, called "Hope You Feel Okay." This is by my good friend I got to meet here uh, a week ago, James Lewis. His group, go look him up on Instagram. He is doing amazing things and speaking out from his experience as well. We're doing an interview with him on Monday. On Tuesday, and this is still emotional for me because I just found out before you called. NBC Today here in Texas is interviewing me at 8 in the morning. Um, and Steve Harvey's radio station 105.7 is interviewing me at noon. So blessings is coming, um, and it just keeps going. So I'm going to be like the mayor. I'm going to be everywhere. You're going to see me everywhere. You might hear the same thing over and over. My storm. I haven't even told you half of the things I've been through in life, just my storm, not the physical things I've seen and been through. But we have more coming, and I'm going to show up everywhere. I'm going to be at schools. I'm going to be at veteran events. I'm going to be linking up with the NFL. I'm going to be linking up with first responders and give them love too, even though they're going through a rough time with a lot of things. And then I'm going to tap into the corporate world or anybody who needs the love that I have. I'm willing to share it with everybody. So I'm going everywhere because I'm taking over Texas.
Yeah, yes. Come on now, and interviews in the morning. Come on, like
Yeah,
come on.
yeah.
I need some more energy from that. I need you to be happy.
It's still rising.
You
It's
got
still
this.
rising.
Yes.
I'm trying to not get emotional about it, but
Yeah.
that's big. Thank you for all the friends here and the connections that's been going the extra mile for me. So I appreciate that.
Yeah. I love that. Okay.
Yep.
and give yourself a huge shout out to everyone where they can follow you.
Um, I want to give a shout out to everybody back up in Nap. Huge following back up in Indianapolis, Atlanta, Michigan. Go Blue all day. Here in Texas, for my new family, I'm meeting down here across the country. If they know me, I appreciate it. All support. Go follow us on Facebook. You know my personal page, Chris Graham, Brick Nation 55. Instagram, Brick X Chris. We got Brick Nation, and then we're gonna put more back up there. Um, TikTok, I have Chris Graham there, and we are launching our YouTube, so we can be able to put a lot of these interviews behind the scenes. Um, we're doing a documentary of all this, and we're building all of this because we want the community to build Brick Nation with us. We don't want to build it by ourselves. Once again, if you build a brick wall, I'm just one brick. It takes layers of stories. It takes layers of participations to build that brick wall. So I want to build Brick Nation with the community. I want everybody to be a part. I want everybody's story. I'm going to be highlighting interviews with everybody that I possibly can come in contact with. So that way you understand that I don't want to be up here just saying, I'm the guy. I'm not the guy. I'm just the messenger to get you to be able to speak and tell your story. So that's what we want to build. We want to build that wall.
Wow. You're doing amazing things, and I'm so proud of you. And I just want to thank you so much for coming on Never Gave an Eye podcast once again.
Hey, thank you for reaching out. And I knew it was necessary to not miss this podcast. So if you're tuning in, she's going to be doing great things. By the time you guys see her in the spring, she's on a whole nother level. She's moving. So tune in.
Yes, okay. And remember, yes, life was delayed, but it never gave denied. I'm your host, Annika Laquette, and you just listened to Never Gave Denied podcast with Chris. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
I know you're not going to deny subscription. It's a whole new season and you're still playing. Click here to subscribe and click here for more episodes because we want to see you and become undeniable with us. Period.